Here in France and further afield. For that, I'm joined by Florence Fleminot, who's
Chris.
been looking through the papers for us. Starting off here in France, focus on a growing scandal involving the Justice Minister, Christiane Taubira.
That's right, and the right-wing press here is outraged. Let's take a look at Le Figaro, which talks about Taubira and how she has sparked a scandal. Now, what is this about? Well, Taubira, who's a socialist, has tried to evict the Paris Appeals Court prosecutor François Faletti for, quote, political incompatibility. Basically, he's right-wing, she's a socialist, they can't get along, so she wants to get him out of her hair. Now, Le Figaro says this is outrageous because, well, she's always said this was a problem when politicians tried to influence the justice, and here she's doing this. So Le Figaro in its editorial says the government is hypocritical and intolerant.
Meanwhile, left-leaning Libération focuses on a bit of a French trend involving elected officials.
That's right. Libération talks about officials who are addicted to their mandate. So that's on the front page of Libération. Libération says that France is one of the champions of elected officials hanging on to their jobs, especially in big cities. For instance, you have people who have been in their seats since the 70s. So according to Libération, this means that there's hardly any turnover, hardly any fresh faces. And with municipal elections just around the corner, Libération takes a look at this very French trend.
Okay, La Croix, the Catholic paper, heading to the Middle East.
That's right. La Croix takes a look at the boycott that's worrying Israel. That's on the front page today. Now, according to La Croix, there's a movement that's gaining speed in Western countries. Basically, more and more associations are calling on consumers to boycott businesses that are set up in the occupied territories. And according to La Croix, this is really a source of concern for the Israeli government.
Meanwhile, the Sochi Winter Olympics dominating, as you'd expect, much of the international press.
That's right. Now, some events are kicking off today, but according to the Moscow Times, the first Olympic race began earlier this week, and that's a race to save stray dogs. Local authorities have actually hired a pest removal service to catch the hundreds of stray dogs wandering around the site and, well, to kill them. Now, according to the Moscow Times, there's been a rare display of puppy love. Basically, a billionaire has set up Sochi's very first dog shelter, which is a race against time to save these dogs.
Obviously, so much going on around these games. Some papers are finding time, however, to focus a bit on the sport.
That's right. It's easy to forget that actually this is about sport in the end. Now, The Guardian takes a look at who has a chance of actually winning any medals, and they've pulled together this very useful map which shows every medal that's been won since the Winter Olympics began in 1924. So countries that have a good chance of winning are Norway, which comes in first in the ranking, followed by the US and Russia. France comes in 14th and Team GB 20th. So good luck to everybody.
Good luck indeed. Florence Fleminot, thanks very much for that roundup of the papers. You're watching Live from Paris here on France 24. A reminder of